live from Trinidad and Tobago.
Welcome to Connections 50 Plus Wednesdays live show.
I am Terri-Ann Joseph Brathwaite.
And I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph.
Hey everyone, good evening and welcome to Connections 50 Plus Wednesdays live. I am Jennifer Gibbons Joseph.
And I am Terri-Ann Joseph Brathwaite again. Nice to be here once more.
Hi, and with us this evening is our beautiful guest, June Blackburne. And June is the owner of the Sanctuary Day Spa. We thought it would be really nice to have June on with us to chat because we are chatting all about, post-COVID. We have Connections 50 Plus. Have recently launched our Evolution 5.8G reset, and it's all about resetting, blasting off after, well, I shouldn't even say after, but all now, because we're making preparations to, and in June case, maybe to reopen business. So, Terri-Ann, I'm going to ask you,
we have to first really thank all of our followers and listeners for that tremendous response to our webinar this week.
Oh, yes.
Because we had a wonderful turnout, and even more, we want to sincerely thank you. So many of you all have signed on to get the early bird offer that you've encouraged us to extend it until Sunday. So we are already starting to book up. Thank you for your enthusiasm to get blasting off and resetting in this 5.8G. I am so excited, and I know, Jennifer, you are too. So
well, definitely.
Thank you.
Great. And so we started, we have invited June to come chat with us. And June, let me start off by asking you, as the owner of the Sanctuary Day Spa, and June, I know you have, how long have you really been in business with your spa?
At 17 years.
Wow, so 17 years. And I probably, how many years, June? Probably was it 15 of those 17 years?
You started with us in about between 2004 2005.
Wow, time, and still there with you.
There with me.
And that's because of your service. If you wasn't giving good service, I would not be there. So thanks again. But you will tell us at this time, how, and I know your business right now, the spa business is one of those, I think, going to be the last stage, I believe, for opening.
Fourth phase, the fourth
phase. And yes. we're now going into the second phase.
Yes.
So tell me, June, how do you feel? How are you feeling right now, being at home?
I must say, at the onset of the lockdown, it was worrying for me as, you have the rent to pay, you have the staff to see about, you have your personal life to deal with. And that was, challenging. You're also studying, as time went by, you're studying whether you could open again, because of all the bills, that you had to see after. And about 2 or 3 weeks in the COVID lockdown, I started to feel happy to be home.
Okay.
Because you're getting up every morning and you're rushing out to go to work and, see about stuff, and you come back and you're tired, So that part of it was nice to just relax a little bit, internalize, and, see what you could do, think about, the options you have to go forward. And that is what I've been doing after about the third week.
Okay.
Looking at that. And I must say that I also have a very understanding landlord. I paid part of the rent.
Right.
And I still have, the balance to do. But you know, I think he gave me that confidence to, you know, so I can go forward,
Right.
you know, and still, you know, open. So with that, I've also encouraged my staff. I've been, you know, talking with them weekly, you know, checking to see how they're doing. I've also put forward the, you know, help them to get the stimulus package.
Right, yes.
You know, all those, you know, all those little things. So that's basically what, you know, I've been working on, you know. So, but I would say also that although COVID tend to kind of be a doom and gloom, you know, most times they're talking about it and they're just hearing all these different things about, you know, what's happening with it. It also brought new thoughts, new passion. You get into so many different things because people are offering all different types of webinars and ideas and inspiration, you know.
Right,
so you
yes.
get inspired to do different things, you know. And you know, in going back, you have to change your services a little bit. You have to also sanitize more. And besides sanitizing more, you also have to look at you do your checks and balances, because the more sanitation and everything that you're doing, you know, costs of stuff will go up, and you'd have to try to manage those things. So it's a lot. It's a lot on our plates.
Yeah. So, let Terri-Ann join here to, you know, ask you a question.
No, it's a good insight, and I feel really good hearing you say that, because you're reflecting so many of the themes that we raised at the webinar for entrepreneurs. You know, and I know you also participated in the webinar. And if I might ask a very self-serving question, what was that experience like for you compared to some of the other webinars you may have been attending?
Okay. When I listened to both of you, which is Jennifer and you, Terri-Ann, Jennifer spoke about the finance and you know, more into like the well-being and stuff like that. And I've used Jennifer before for my staff with, you know, finances and insurances and stuff like that. So that is good. And then Terri-Ann, you came in with the business aspect of it. And some of the things you spoke about, you know, you talk about, you know, knowing your business, what you're offering, what you're selling, you know, things like that. And I would say it's the other people on the outside are offering almost the same thing. And we could just do ours locally instead of going external, because we're going to be paying US dollars and we are getting the same service right here. And, you know, so we're just giving back instead of doing that big exchange to, you know. So you and Terri-Ann, you have hit the nail on the head with everything that you said. It's the same thing they were saying, you know.
Great. That is wonderful to hear, because, you know, when we talk about COVID and the lockdown and we talk about local businesses, well local, I don't like to say that, Trinidad-based businesses, and I think so many of our businesses deliver global standard, international standard. You run a spa, and travel is one of my hobbies, and I go all over the world to different continents. And one of my things is to have a spa experience that represents the place. And I always come back to my home girl in Trinidad and say, and I find that is true for so many, most of our professional services, especially those in the, you'll call yours a small or micro business, but our services are top notch. And it is really validating to hear you say that, having listened to all kinds of development seminars delivered by experts abroad and so on, that you found that our content was on par. And so thank you very, very much. And,
Yes,
and I think
because I did one today, couple hours before coming on your program, and it's the same thing. What you said is the same thing he said, you know. So I'm like, okay, we could, you know, use our local business development personnel and, you know, get our act together.
Yes, yes. No, I so agree with you. And as everyone would know, and Jennifer knows, we are so passionate about making sure that our entrepreneurs, our business people, and not only the business side, because one of the things you said that really struck me, and it is something that we are promoting to our people, the COVID is a disease, and as I said, vaccine will see about that. In the meantime, wash your hands, social distance, be good. But the lockdown, I think, has forced everyone, you have to keep quiet. And if you're home, twiddling your thumbs, you will do just as you did. You have to reflect on your business. And that reflecting on the business often turns into a reflection on self.
On self, yes.
Especially for an entrepreneur.
Yes.
You know? So I would ask you, as you reflect, you know, you have to do different things on the business. And this might sound like a Jennifer question. But as you look at you in this whole thing, you the owner of Sanctuary, you June, I mean, what has COVID, what is this lockdown period, reset period, telling you about you as an entrepreneur moving forward? Is there any little voice coming to you saying anything special?
A lot of things. Firstly, it made me realize that I could find time for me.
Yes.
So I have done that. I've started doing that, you know, getting up like 5 in the morning and doing yoga. And there's a 21-day abundance little course that I'm doing. So that has had me occupied as well. And then mind strengthening. So with that, you know, I'm thinking about offering different types of services, like even probably bringing you all in to do talks to the clients, because, you know, they've been away for so long, and my clientele is more 50 plus than anything else.
5.8 G.
So actually, you're quite correct, because, you know, for those who listen, the 5.8 G, as we keep saying, is the 50 to the 80 generation. And June, you're quite correct. You go right up to the 80s too.
Yes, we had a client 103 years old.
I remember that. Yes.
So, so it would be nice, you know, to offer, you know, these little talks. And Jennifer once, well, you and Terri-Ann had a little meet and greet at the spa. So we could do that. I mean, it's not the time now for it, but those afterwards, you know, you could, you know, bring forward, and you're doing the webinar. So that could be something where they could tune in and listen, you know, and hear what you say. So those are some of the things I'm also thinking about offering, services that you don't have too much oh, sorry, but the length of time would be shortened.
Yes.
You know, so
Yeah.
like half an hour treatment, and you have your right gear on. If we have to use PPEs, we, you know, use it.
Whatever, yes.
Yes, within the service. Things like reflexology, you know, things like that. Also, even if your client is scared to have a massage,
Yes.
you should have the massage on her feet, you know.
Yes.
So little things, you know, little things, and I could go on, but
Yeah.
those are some of the things that, you know, that could make a difference that I've been, you know, thinking of.
Man, I think one of the major benefits, and I don't think, Jen, and all the people that we've spoken to, I think this entire period of sit quietly, enforced reflection, and, you know, we really have to wonder, well, we understand why they rush in the previous acts. You know, when you were building, you have to go like at a pace.
Yes. Yes.
And, you know, it's probably divine that in this time, in this age, we in the 5.8G have to understand, all right, you take a break. You don't have to be going like that.
Yes.
You can still do so much at a pace that is more in tune with your whole psyche and self. And I just love this lockdown in that people are pausing, listening to themselves internally, connecting with their spirit, connecting with their God, connecting with whatever they have to connect with. And I think it's going to do wonders for our well-being and a lot of the stress-related issues that we deal with. And we're going to be more successful too. We're going to be more successful, I think so.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I agree with you.
Great. Good.
So June,
Yes.
and what is great too, you have time to see about you.
Yes.
And this COVID, the lockdown, has a lot of us looking, as you say, at webinars, exercising, cooking. I actually started a garden, you know, things that you're always too busy to do, you know. And I have that faith and believe that when we go back out, it wouldn't be, and I said it really will be the new normal. We wouldn't just go back out as before. I think it will be, we're going to be taking a lot of care for ourselves, doing things to make us happy. Although your career makes you happy, going into your business makes you happy, but it tends to be a lot of dealing with the clients, you know, making sure your business run properly at the sacrifice of your personal happiness and time. So it is really great to know that you are putting things in place, not just for your clients to be happy when you open back up, but also you going out with, well, healthier, a better mindset, you know, to deal with it. And I really like, because you are service oriented, that in chatting and in planning, what I hear you say, most of the things that the ideas that you have is to ensure that your clients going to be comfortable, happy, and safe.
Yes.
And that to me is so important, you know. And I, of course, as a client, looking forward to see what you're coming up with. And our actually connections, Terri-Ann and I, when we sat down and discussed how best can we help our clients too, and new clients coming in, what can we offer that will really make them happy and have their business successful? And in chatting, you know, we look at it, and what very fortunate, and with Connections 50+, that you have both of us with our expertise coming together. So we're dealing with the mind to make sure you have that clarity and everything. And for those who want to go into business, or in business actually, to make sure that they have that roadmap. So the combination, the feedback we have been getting, because we actually started, as Terri-Ann mentioned earlier, we had persons have registered already for the program, and we have started, and your feedback has been that they love the idea of having both, you know, the life transition coaching and the entrepreneurship going hand in hand, that definitely make them ready, you know, to embrace their clients and to offer a high-end service when they go out there.
Yes.
And I think one of the things, and I'm glad to hear that reflected in your, because one of the things I think we all have to think about, because people have sat back and, you know, people used to be almost afraid to stop.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
afraid to stop. No, I don't have time to do this. I don't have time to do that. I can't see about me. I can't do this. I can't. And I have to do this for this person, do that for that person, and the hypertension and the everything goes. And now you've stopped and you survive. We have survived
Yes.
2 months with the business closed.
Yes.
I mean, rental stuff has to go on, but we, you know, there may be perception that I can't stop, I can't do this. And probably a lot of these things that we would have been running after and trying to get, even our relationship with money, because money wasn't there. We found so many things to do to fill our time, to make our time more, it's just so much more valuable.
Yes.
So that I can just imagine what the sanctuary spa would be if, you know, this reorganized customer's mind. Your customers are going, you have to deal with a new person.
Yes.
Everyone in the business will have to think, all right, because my clients are coming in here with a different view of self. So, and we all have to do that. Is that your sense, that people are going to be different?
Yes, they are. Yeah, they're going to be different. They're going to be more cautious, I think. Yeah, they're going to be more cautious. They also, you know, well, my clientele have been with me for a long time, most of them.
Congratulations, so, that's a very valuable asset.
Yes. So I know they are anxious. They are anxious to come back in and you know, see what different we're doing and you know, those kinds of things. So I know they would be happy if we really get to offer the reflexology and things like that, you know.
Yes.
So I'm looking forward for those kinds of things and different alternative treatments. I've been out there for the last couple of days and noticed that we have a lot of sick people. A lot of people.
Oh, yes.
Yes. A lot of people are sick. And my thing is, before you know, you've been told that people from 60 onwards are very vulnerable. And yes, they are, but a lot of them have been going out to seek medical attention. And so we could find ways in which to help them as well, you know, in mind, body, and spirit. Yeah. So if they don't have the fear to go to the, you know, to the medical practitioners and stuff, then then we could probably encourage them a little more to come out and deal with their mind, body, and spirit, so they could get healing, you know.
Yeah.
I'm so happy to hear that, because at the end of the day, you know, when Ken and I talk about the reset and the evolution, I mean, we've done the careers, we've done the hustle and the bustle. And now COVID has come, and whoever was hanging on to the second act stage, well, they just got
have to face reality. They now have to face the reality.
You have to face reality. But you know, it is such a fantastic reality. It is a beautiful reality because yes, you have the stressors, but you've met a new friend, me.
Yes.
You know? And it's a me that you would not have encountered since God knows how early, this me that you met having to sit quietly and wait because you can't hustle and go to the office and go here and go there. I am sure a lot of people are grappling with some of the things that they've learned about this me.
The revelations.
Quiet in the back there. And a lot of them probably don't know what to do with this me. And I think that people like ourselves, Jennifer with her life coaching and energy coaching, and even spaces that like yours, it's no longer just the facial and the wax and there is that, hey, there's somebody behind here that needs your attention. And that me has to be productive. It has to be beautiful. It has to be handsome. It has to be healthy. The me spirit has to come out. And I am just so excited. I really am. And the businesses that understand that about this new customer, I think will have a significant advantage. I really do think so.
Yes.
And it's fantastic to hear you sink into that, June. I say I have my home girl, I'll visit you, but
yes.
We all share the business.
Yes, we do.
June, I want Terri-Ann, have you have any other questions for June?
No, but it's good to hear that, and I look forward, June, to really doing things again, because I remember that it was Jennifer's event where Jennifer had the get-together. It was so unique, and she brought entrepreneurs together and a nice mingle. And one of the important things we have to learn to do is come out in long ago you used to say safe environments and you think in bandit and car park and stuff. Now safe environments is one where we allow enough social distancing. And these new me's have to get together in a kind of environment that my new me can meet your new me and your new me, Jennifer. We can get to know each other all over again.
So June, of course, I'm one of the excited clients waiting to see what you're coming up with.
Yes.
But before we close this interview, what would you like to tell your clients, for them to feel, well, yes, be reassured that they're coming back to you. Definitely we are coming back to the sanctuary. What would you want to say to them?
I would want to thank them for believing in us and, to coming back into our doors, and to tell them also that we'll be coming with new ideas, and most of it will be specifically formulated for their well-being. You'll have services that say a pedicure or manicure, even a massage, but they might want a pedicure, but there might be a pedicure for difference, so we would formulate it for their own well-being, and not just and besides that, also to reassure them that, although we still would be going through this pandemic, and that we would, take care of them, take care of their needs, because they are accustomed coming to us, and, they would be open to say, and, say how they feel and what they, and we always cherish those moments. And we would continue in that vein, but just with difference in, how we approach the service,
So June, I want to thank you. Of course, we look forward, Connections with the Plus, looking forward to continue partnering with you to offer our services, not just to you as usual, but to the clients. We also looking forward having a new package, maybe just for your clients.
Yes, and
Because we are in it, and you know, we're going to be there helping you along the way. So you could please the clients and come up with, you can come up with some very creative ideas, you know, to make them very comfortable and feel safe. So we thank you so much. We look forward to, well, from the time it is open up, well, I'm going to be lining up to make that appointment. So we thank you again, and we wish you all the best and stay safe. Okay?
Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Look forward to seeing you and Terri-Ann.
Yes, you will.
Keep up. This is a wonderful program, and we continue to support you and you know all that you do. Okay?
Thank you so very much, June. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's a new me's.
Yes.
Okay, love. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Nice. Jennifer, that was such a beautiful, beautiful.
You know, I had forgotten, although I answered, I forgot I had done a program with her staff. We forgot we did all the things with her. It's not
There's
something.
been a lot, you know, a lot has been going on.
Yeah, yeah.
But I especially like.
He was able to come out.
Yeah, we're continuing. Yes, what I especially like and appreciate is that, you know, we're talking about the resets, and June raised, it's a theme that we raised in the webinar. It's coming up with all of our people as we're going through. This period has caused people to pause. And I remember, I think I shared it with you reading on Harvard Business Review article, where one CEO was asked, you know, what is this pandemic about? What has the lockdown done? And he said his greatest impact was not so much about the business or the staff, but it is the conversation it forced him to have with himself about himself. And that's the underline for everything. And you know, as we encounter people, they're emphasizing, yeah, I want to do a business, but just before, I mean, I've got to get myself.
And they need clarity, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And straighten out.
And you're quite correct. Because now, and you mentioned it earlier, dealing with their new emotions. I mean, it shouldn't be new, it was the all the time, but they have now recognized, you know, for my.
Yes.
You know, and change the mindset. So what this time has done is, even if you're very fearful, you realize that's not the way to go. And with listening to all the, you know, the different webinars out there, many people, you know, they started the yoga, mindfulness, etc., recognizing that they need to deal with who they are. They have to go within. They have to go within. And as a coach, you know, that's what we used to do all the time. But I feel at that time, you know, say, well, I don't need to go within because they're so busy. Again, you mentioned it. Everybody busy. We just don't have time. You don't have time. But now you got the time. So you say, yes, it was really important to go and reflect. Yeah. You know?
And I think what I think is great coming out of, again, you know, we have to keep thanking people for the response to the webinar and to registering into the programs afterwards. Is that whereas before, yes, there was a concern that people are, you know, they're facing it with fear and so on. I am getting a sense that there is a lot of resolve. That what is coming to us is not fear.
Excitement, actually, yeah.
It's excitement, and it is, you know, this new me. I realize that I could do much more with
I'm telling you.
Or I want to do something different with me, or something in addition. And people are, you know, they're set and ready to go. And I just find that is so wonderful.
I agree. That shift from fear, maybe initially, because the entrepreneurs, the business people, yes, there's a fear. Where's the money coming from? You know? But after they start and reflect, then it's, hey, you know what? They start to get excited because they started to plan. This is what I'm going to do. You know, I can now make time. Before I wasn't making time.
Yeah.
I can make time. I can enjoy either doing hobbies or start that business that I wanted to start all the time. And somehow, you know, I just feel it's not the right time.
Yeah.
But this seemed to be the right time to do so many things. you know, this seemed to be the right time to, yes, go enjoy yourself, the right time to garden, the right time to set up the business, the right time to be a good cook. I mean, you are seeing and hearing stories from people who all excited, doing things that they never did before, you know, recognizing certain skills, unearthing these skills that they didn't know they have.
Or they used to do long ago,
Yeah,
and just stopped. And how much pleasure it gave them, you know, and they just getting back into it. So I think lockdown has, and I also think, and again, this is not I think it's an ode to us as Trinidadians.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it used to distress me so much looking at Facebook and stuff, and oh gosh, we could book up ourselves and we could get into doom and gloom.
Yes.
And I always used to tell you, why are people so focused on the three fools who not complying when 1.299 million complying?
Yeah.
And the result is where we are now. People have sat down, they've shown our discipline, our tolerance, and our production, because ideas are coming forth. And I am so confident that we are going to move into this new period. We as a people are going to move into this period not wanting to make stuff bad for us, because I don't want to get COVID. I don't want to sit down, we flatten the curve, and we have no curve again. They just have plenty empty beds, and I am not going in one of them. The curve is a bowl now. It's not a curve, it's a bowl. So all those doctors sitting down waiting, we ready for you to come. I'm not coming.
But I'm agreeing with you, Terri-Ann. I totally agree that the majority of people have been very, very responsible.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why, as you said, we have been able to flatten the curve. And moving forward, even with the opening up of the businesses, etc., I am seeing, I went out yesterday, I had to go to the grocery, and every single person I met had a mask on. You know, the lines are not that long again to get into the grocery, but still from the time you get there, without any security telling you need to wash hands, everything is just automatic.
This is who we are.
They get there, they go in. So I don't have that fear. You know, I think I have really joined in the excitement, because this is what now, to get out there and to do things in a different way.
The new me, the new me.
The new me, and I really.
But I was quiet.
And I am seeing, I mean, I really get that feeling. You get a nice smile and the wave, and you know. So yeah, I think we have a lot. People will be supporting each other. I am very happy in my role as a life coach, like transition coach, especially for our 5.8G generation, to be part of this movement, you know, to help people, you know, in terms of the reflection, being reflective, but actually now to go out there and, you know, do the things that you always wanted to do, you know, with that excitement and enthusiasm. So I am looking forward, continue to look forward with those who are on board with us, you know, encourage those who are not on board yet to come on board, because we are there to embrace you and to help you, you know?
Yes.
So this is really, for me, this is a great time. This is a great time.
And I want to say one more thing, because a big part, and this is tying into our work, and again, and oh gosh, Jennifer, we're so happy down here with our COVID. hello to the Caribbean. We're busy talking.
You know, no, but let me tell you, I just take it for granted, Terri-Ann. I really take it for granted now. When I do my greetings, that is automatic. It's not just Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. You know, we are all one.
Yes.
So when I speak the Connections 50 Plus crew and tribe, it's the entire, everyone there, 50 plus and Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean. So I have not forgotten the Caribbean.
Yes. You know, but I want to make a point too, because we've been talking about this new me. And one of the things that we are doing the reset, and the reset package took people into one of two routes. You could have gone entrepreneurship, or you could have gone to life transition. And we could announce a little novelty now, Jennifer. We could make the announcement now. Everyone that we've interviewed so far has said to us, can we do both, please? So Jennifer and I have looked at it, because there's an assessment that you do for life transition and a different assessment that you will do for entrepreneurship. And then you have the 4-hour consultation for life assessment or 4-hour consultation for entrepreneurship. So we have built in a rider that allows you, if you want to have the additional package for just 1,000 TT dollars. So those of you who, you will still go through the 30-minute orientation with us both, and we are going to have a sense of where you are and who this new me is. And in the context of your personal journey, and in the context of even if you have thoughts of entrepreneurship, and if you decide, listen, I need to recheck both, because those quiet moments have, that new me has tickled you and said, hey, I want attention. And that is making Jenny the transition, the life transition and coaching so important. So we have decided, yes, you can have both, and we've added the rider. It's just $1,000. You'd be able to get the entire package.
And Terri-Ann, just
deal ends on Sunday.
oh, I'm just about to mention that. Remember that 1,500, that deal ends on Sunday. So those in the Caribbean who we have not heard from yet, please check it out. You know, you have to go on the Facebook page. You could get all the details. We have information also there, detailing what it is all about. But that 5.8G evolution reset is really for you, right? Whether you want to go into business or not, it is really to ensure that you are going to continue enjoying the life that you want to enjoy.
Yeah,
basically.
and the new life that you've discovered.
Yeah.
And Jennifer, I have a theory, and I want to test I think it's sure, because you look at people and you talked about the experience in the grocery, and everybody is so calm and so cool, and we lining up, and we 6 feet apart, and we, you know, you go to the market, whether it is Central Market or Namdefco Market in the Savannah, you go to the hardware store, anywhere you go, we are, and I think it's across the Caribbean, because I look at Caribbean news also, and there was a BBC story that talked about the success in the Caribbean. There are
I read that story.
Deaths. There are very few deaths, and none of our systems have been overwhelmed. Not a hospital. No one needing a ventilator, couldn't get one. And I have a theory, not for the people who went in the hospital, of what's happening to all of us. And all excuses to the commercial restaurants and so on. But I think that has a lot to do with home cooking. I really do. And I am a health advocate. I am, you know, I like cooking and so on. But I really think a big part of, and I'm talking to our 5.8G cohort here, I know the lifestyle of the 20 to 50. I may be talking Latin to you right now, because you are on that treadmill. You've got to climb that corporate ladder, and you have to do what you have to do. I am talking to the 5.8G cohort right now. I think this lockdown has given us not only a break to reflect, but it's taken us back to what goes into our systems. That what we're eating, it's all being prepared at home. And I think for preserving health, boosting the immune system, part of that whole lifestyle change, we have to really pay attention going forward to maintaining some of those habits. And I think a lot of that, not stress and not being hyper, it has to do with what you're feeding yourself too.
Yeah,
I really
and
think so.
also, Terri-Ann, I believe the Caribbean culture, it is such a close-knit type of culture where we look out for each other, you know. So even if it is, and you talk about diet, if I'm when I chat with a friend and, you know, okay, Jennifer, you may have this condition, why not do X? Or if they prepare something, a meal, they'll say, okay, this is how, I mean, during the COVID, you can't, you know, before we will drop off. But actually, and you know, Terri-Ann, you have given me recipes on several occasions because I want something quick but healthy.
And nice.
So
nice.
our, yeah,
Nice.
and we do a lot of, I mean, in our eating, we do a lot of natural. When you go to the market, you know, our vegetable gardens, and then we really try to protect them from too much of the heavy, you know, insecticides, etc.
Yeah.
So I believe too, our culture of just, you know, trying to eat properly, looking out for each other. The other thing we like to do, don't care where we live, we like to come out and get a little, as we say, get breeze.
Fresh air.
Fresh air. So, you know, we always, you know, you come home, don't care how hard you work, and you need to just go out and stretch a bit. I think these habits has really turned out to be very positive for us.
Yeah.
To help ward off the COVID.
Yeah. And if we don't, you know, it's so easy to lose it if we don't specifically articulate it, huh? And then just because, I mean, yes, the commercial restaurants, they have to be there and they have to survive, but they are going to be bombarding you with all kinds of enticements and deals and come, we'll deliver it free, we'll do this, we'll do that, just to get us back into that habit. But I really want us to think, you know, people's skins glowing. I was talking to a close friend the other day, and she, of course, is home and cooking food and everything like that. But she's a little chunky one, but that's cool. And she had to go to visit her doctor. And I'm sure she's listening. I'm repeating your story. I'm not calling your name. And so because she knows it's home cooked food and she knows that she loves her own cooking, and I'm talking to myself, okay, she's been eating. So when she went to the doctor, she stepped on his tail and she kept her head up because she said, I'm not looking at that. She was so sure that she had gained weight. Do you know she lost 5 pounds?
Yes.
She lost 5 pounds. And I think it is very important as part of how we live our lifestyle. We're talking about that transition. COVID has caused us to stop. I mean, come to a dead stop. And we have to start back. And like a business, every business is looking through and saying, all right, what process is necessary?
Oh, yes.
Who needs to work at home? Who needs to come back? How can we change the workstations to ensure we have good social distancing? If we don't look at our lives and check to see what are some of the best practices coming out of COVID lockdown for us and make deliberate attempts to continue with those in our lives, we're going to lose a big benefit, you know, a huge benefit. And I think, Jennifer, that is coming out so well in some of the discussions that you've been having with the coaching side of things.
Yes. As I said, it has been very positive because the awareness has been heightened, you know, and during the period when the restaurants were closed, I mean, include me in this whole thing, started to cook, but looked at, really look, even if you ate more often, you wasn't eating a lot of junk, you know? So,
Nutritionally dense food.
yeah, so
Nutritionally good calories.
self-care is what's utmost in most people's mind, because you wanted to ensure, as I said, your immune system was strengthened to avoid even, getting the COVID. So all the awareness, and that awareness will continue because there's no vaccine out there yet. So we want to go back out, but we are aware that we have to be careful. So we're going to do the things that necessary. And you mentioned restaurants. I feel even the restaurants, when they open, as they open, they're going to be looking at a different menu.
They have to.
Yeah, so the menu, I'm sure, going to be changed.
Yeah.
So yes, it is a new normal, and people recognize too, Terri-Ann, the need for support to get out there, because you may assume certain things, and you may believe that you're going all right and you could do almost everything, and you recognize now, hey, I have this set of skills, but you know what? I don't have this set of skills.
Yeah.
So if I want to, and you simple things, and you know it in terms of the business side, but in terms of the life side too, you want to be your family members, those who close to you in the same household, those who you're responsible for, looking up to you. In my case now, I'll say as the elder, to give advice, to help and support them through. So to those who are sitting, and we are dealing with the 50 plus, when they chat about, and you ask, what making you happy? What has been the experience during this time? What would you like for yourself? And they share their goals and their dreams. And many say, you know what? But I need that help. I need that guidance.
Yeah.
How do I go about, doing these things? Simple may sound simple, but how do I communicate? How do I organize my financial situation, setting up a legacy? All these things, because they had time to think. So you're starting to think of legacy, you're starting to think of having that savings, because what COVID did is have us realize, hey, many people don't have any savings. And why? So you ain't focusing too much on that. You may have focus on acquisitions, on investments, but actually having
a reserve.
Cash, or
Put your hand on.
So now you're starting to think differently, and they no longer feel, Terri-Ann, that they are too old. And we have been, as they say, drumming in their heads all the time that you have at least 30 more years, depending on where you start, right? So I think that what we were saying before, those who may not have been listening to us recognize, hey, it's for real. Because they started to think more and plan ahead. So as you say, it is exciting time for us, and for those of you outside there, look at the positive, not the negative.
And Jennifer, another thing that, it all comes together. It's what we eat in. It's we listening to ourselves, and we realizing that I don't have to do a lot of this hustling and the running and all those kinds of stuff. But Jennifer, just look at what we are doing now.
Yes.
Everybody, his brother, his sister, tooth bagay, find a way to teleconference. The big word is teleconference. All right, we on Zoom, we on WhatsApp, we on Google Meeting, we on Microsoft Teams. But pick up the phone and and we in touch. We are in touch. And this whole issue of technology, the fear of technology, and not wanting to, what is that? What is Facebook? What's Instagram? But it's the technology just lets us do things differently. And I think that has been a whole awakening for so many of us.
Yes, Terri-Ann, that is a fear that was turned into excitement.
Yes.
Because it could be a very long list of friends and clients who tell
We
me,
too, Jennifer, we too.
yeah, but we could boast now. He has come a long way. But now they recognize what a joy it is to be able to connect in so many ways. So there may be those of you out there who still may be wondering. I won't use the word fear. I don't think it's fear.
No.
But wondering, hey, can I do it? The answer is yes. The answer is yes. You know, get a younger person to show you simple things and get online. You know, chat with family on Zoom. You know, do these things.
And Jennifer, it's a secret, but it's not a secret anymore. If no one wants to show you, you could turn on the computer and get into a browser, whether it is Chrome, Yahoo, or whatever it is. You see, in that search line, type in youtube.com. And when you get into YouTube, just type in any problem that you have, and a video will come up to tell you how to solve it.
Yes.
Even if it's how to cook a different food, if your camera is not turning on in Zoom or whatever it is. And that is technology. Technology does not mean that we have to know how to manipulate or fix a computer. It's that we can access it to solve any problem we have or to get any experience we want.
And
so
definitely.
So many beautiful concerts are being streamed, you know, beautiful, beautiful concerts in all forms, whether it's from these local soca artists to reggae to opera to pop to jazz.
You could enjoy. So Terri-Ann, well, what I would like to say too, before we close, those who, and we found that Terri-Ann with, you know, 2 persons who wanted to register and call because their thing is, how do they go about, you know, doing the online, the program online? And for us, let me tell you, we may say it's simple, but if you don't find it simple, we're going to walk you through.
Yeah.
So what we do, we're going to, when you go on the page to register, it is very simple, but feel free to give us a call.
Use the old telephone.
And we're going to walk you through. And from the time you click, you're going to smile at yourself and say, I cannot believe it was so simple. But don't feel badly at all. We understand, because we were chatting with a friend today and said, if she goes back to our old clips, she would realize at the beginning, when we just started, we were just all over the place. So feel free to call, and we're going to walk you through how you can register. And when that time comes for us to meet and have the sessions on Zoom, we will also walk you through this. Okay? Mm-hmm. So this is about it, Terri-Ann. We have
about 3 minutes, and we have to do a lot of reminders in these 3 minutes. The first is that we have, because of the webinar, we postponed our meetup, our Caribbean meetup.
Yes.
But the meetup is on this
Friday. Yes.
This Friday, Jennifer, what time?
And it's from 6 to 7 this Friday. Yes. So we're going to be sending out the link for that meetup also.
Check it on Facebook, and the meetup is is a live. It's a Friday.
It's a live, and it's free. It's free. There's no cost to it. We're just getting together to have some fun, share ideas, and chat about what we have been up to.
It's what you do, what you like. It's fun. Yes. We meet men and women. We just get together and hang out, and friends from Guyana through to Barbados, Antigua, Jamaica, out of the Caribbean. Let's get there. We're gonna have to learn some Spanish to let some of our Spanish and French speaking and patois speaking neighbors come in. Probably they can help us in the meetup.
They could come on, and and we'll have an interpreter.
That's one thing. So our meetup is going to be on Friday from 6 to 7 with Lyman. And the next important thing is that based on your tremendous response, our 1,500 deal for the package, the reset package, has been extended to Sunday the 24th. So once you register by Sunday the 24th, you pay 1,500. And the other thing is that because many of you all want both sides of the package,
yes,
okay, You don't have to buy 2 packages. We are allowing you to have both options. You just pay an additional $1,000 TT, so you'll have the 2 assessments, you'll have the full life coaching experience, and you'll have the full entrepreneurship experience. So those are our 3 very important things. Okay, and we'll have new news coming after the 24th, but we will deal with this for now.
And we are looking forward, Terri-Ann, we really want them. Please join us, register, and we're looking forward to meet with you.
5.8G, new me.
Yes, I like that, Terri-Ann.
You meant that person came out in the silence. I am thrilled. I am thrilled.
So we're going to be meeting a new you.
Yes. So remember, put your mask on once you're out. Wash the hands. That's all you need to do. Keep the mask on, wash the hands, and 6 feet.
Social distancing.
Physical distancing.
Physical, I say social. Sorry, physical.
So until next week, we hope to hear from a lot of you because you'll join the Reset program. So this has been great. Great, great, great.
Yes.
Bye, everyone in the Caribbean. See you all.
So bye.